Hey guys, this is On Productions, aka Nana 4 and I'm back in Nameless Part 26. And we're just at this very interesting choice. We're going to sneak out to Banjul, that's gonna go horribly wrong, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, let's go. Yes. I know it's a really bad idea to sneak into the building, but they say, uh, excuse me a moment, I need to move this thing down a bit. There we go. But they say criminals always go back to the scene of the crime. I might be able to find some clues. You go, girl. Excuse me. It's opened. Oh, sorry. Among the silence, I hear the loud click of the door being unlocked. I glance around for a while and hurry into the cafe. My heart pounded like when I first found the key. I was so nervous, I thought he'd see through my clothes and find find the key in my pocket, but thankfully Tay didn't notice anything after he came out from the bathroom. I acted calm and told him good night and went back to my room. I laid on my bed and pretended to sleep for a moment. Before leaving the house, I made sure to check the lights turning off in his room. He would never let me go to Banjul at this hour if I tell him. He's going to be so worried and so freaking mad, and oh, it's gonna be cool. I might be able to find something they missed. That thought led me to Banjul. I gulped and clenched my fists. I hope I can find something. I stood there at the entrance and looked around the hall. No matter how carefully I look around, I only see one entrance. Then whoever took the hop came in and walked out of this door. I looked around at all the corners of the cafe, but as Tay said, there weren't any traces left. Besides, looking around wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. I didn't turn the lights on to make sure no one knew I sneaked in. I could barely see anything. Besides, the elegant antique decorations were kind of creepy to see at night. I should have brought a jacket. The cold air surrounded me. I stood there shivering. It was at that moment I hear someone coming up the stairs. Maybe it was because it's night, but the footsteps sounded so loud, and whoever it was coming up fast. My heart beat faster faster the louder the footsteps became. I quickly hid in the corner of a cafe. Who would come at this hour? Is it the thief? My heart pounded to think that. What if it's really the thief? At that moment I thought of what would happen if it really was the thief. I'm here by myself. I can face the thief. If I face the thief one-to-one, it would be difficult for me to catch him. If he sees me, he would never just let me go since I'm the witness. I could almost hear my own heartbeat. I clenched my hands and started to sweat. Then I realized how dangerous it is for me right now. The footsteps didn't stop, they just came closer. I crouched down and hit myself better. The footsteps finally stopped in front of the entrance, and the door opened, cutting the silence. The light suddenly turned on. My hopes of not getting caught in the dark were completely destroyed. Caught up in fear, I couldn't say anything and just shut my eyes. I heard the footsteps stop literally right in front of me. I felt someone move, and then someone touched my shoulder. Too scared, that sounded weird. I couldn't even open my eyes and just screamed. I swung my fist to the person I couldn't see. Calm down, calm down! This voice. I slowly raised my head. It was a big and familiar figure, and his voice. Huh? I finally opened my eyes and raised my head. Tay's face filled my sight. I heard him panting over my head. I couldn't see his face probably because he had his back to the light, but it's definitely Tay who's standing in front of me. But he's not really himself. Surprisingly, Tay was shaking a bit. What happened? I was a bit scared to see him like that. Tay? Thank God, you're safe. Tay let out a deep sigh. He always smiled softly, but right now he was frowning hard. Did he worry about me that much to still shake like that? I came back to my senses to see him act so strange. What did I just do? And then I realized I sneaked out of the house. Besides, I basically stole his key from his jacket. I had nothing to say, but because I knew that I was wrong. Tay raised his head and looked at me. Something bad could have happened to you. How could you just go out by yourself this late? I lowered my head. I had nothing to say to him. I just thought maybe I might find some clues. My voice faded away. Tay lowered his voice to see me like that. If there were any clues, we should have already found it. It's nothing you can solve just by yourself. Are you mad? Besides, taking my key, is Sion that important to you? What do you mean? What do you mean if... What? What do you mean? If Sion's that important? Never mind. One thing is sure, Tay worried about me. Was worried about me, yeah, whatever. I should say sorry first. Sorry, but the key fell to the ground and I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry for worrying you. As I kept apologizing, Tay let out a sigh. Really, I've never seen him this something. It was scary, something. I don't care about the key, but if something happened to you here, I would have gone crazy. Tay? I was surprised at what he said. Did I worry him too much? Tay was still shaking. I looked up and stared into his eyes, and I realized he looked like he was about to cry. Aw, poor little man. Instead of being angry, he just looked like he was afraid. What if someone really bad came in instead of me? There wouldn't be anything I could do. I don't want that to happen, even in my dreams. I'm sorry. I went close to him and carefully grabbed his big hand. His cold hand was still trembling. I held onto it tightly. Sorry, I'm really sorry. Tay wasn't getting mad at me, he was worrying about me. His eyes didn't shake from anger, it was from fear. The fear of something bad happening to me made him tremble. I felt like crying at how much he cared for me. I felt so sorry and so grateful. Tay calmed himself as he saw that I was about to cry as well. He held up his hand I was holding on to. Then he held his other hand and put on mine. His cold hands grew warm. Warm. I felt his trembling slowly disappear. My face was heated and felt hot. Tay said in a sad voice, if something happens to you, I'm even thinking about that. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. Tay, you mean so much to me. Okay, thanks. Tay put into words what he always felt. I quietly nodded. So, don't do something like this if you don't want to kill me from all the worry. Alright. Tay let go of my hand and quickly looked at me for a while. I couldn't stare into his eyes because of the guilt. So I avoided his eyes when I sneezed. It's funny that when it's like in this cute games, the main character don't sneeze like normal people. She has to be cute all the time, but normally you just sound like achoo, right? It's really uncharming, but in these kind of things, the main characters normally sound very cute. Isn't that right, kitty? Yay! I'm sitting and two small kitties on my lap, and it's quite nice actually. They're so adorable. One day maybe the next time I make a talking video, I should just film my cats so you have something to look at next time I talk about something. That could be an idea, couldn't it? Isn't that right, Neela? Alright, Tay grinned and looked at my clothes. You look cold. Sit here. Tay led me to a chair. He was slowly coming back to his usual self. Thankfully, he no longer looked worked up. As I sat down, Tay headed to the kitchen. I asked him in a hurry, "Where are you going?" Tay smiled. Now he's really back to his usual self. I finally felt relieved to see his signature smile. You didn't drink it today. What? A tea that's perfect in a moment like this. How? Tay grinned and walked to the kitchen. I sat there spacing out and waited for him to come back. I heard pots and cups clattering, and I quietly gave out a sigh of relief, thinking of the smile he just gave me. Now I made the tea stronger than usual, my own special triple set. Tay came with the tea. Can you just use the kitchen like that? It's fine, I can just clean up later, and I'll pay for the tea, so don't worry. Drink up, you'll feel warm. Okay, thanks. I sipped the tea Tay gave me. I couldn't just enjoy the scent like I always did. I think my heart is still pounding. We still didn't catch the thief. Don't worry about that now. But still, Tay put his serious face again, and as I tried to say something. You're more important to me than the harp. What if you got hurt trying to catch the thief? Please think about me too, so don't care about the harp right now, alright? I couldn't help but nod at Tay's firm attitude. I didn't want to worry Tay. Thanks for understanding. Tay sat by my side, and he leaned his head on my shoulder. I could hear him breathe. My heart pounded again for a different reason. To hide my embarrassment, I pretended to be calm and talked to him. I feel like we're on a date right now. Should we really go on a date next time? Don't you remember what you said? We should keep our distance in public. Oh, did I? Tay mumbled to himself. Yeah, if we go on a date, something you worry about might happen to me. I told you I don't mind, but you're bothered by it. Tay didn't say anything and just stroked my hair. My eyes closed at his soft touch. I was slowly growing dim when I heard his quiet voice. I just thought you might get hurt. Sorry. About what? I'm human now, but I don't think I've given you any good memories, Tay said with guilt. That's not true. You have no idea how happy I am these days. Of course, there was some trouble, but I always think I'm so lucky to have you guys. Okay, then I'm glad. Tay moved his hand again and touched my hair. Tay, how about you? What? What? You're human now, like you said. Are you happy? Tay stayed silent for a while. Is it too hard to answer? I peered at him and stood up. At that moment, Tay embraced me tight. Oh goodness! His arms locked me in. I widened my eyes. I still feel like I'm dreaming. I'm so happy it scares me. If this really is a dream, I can sleep forever. Every time you say my name, as soon as you wake up, and every time you start your day with the breakfast I cook, every time you turn around when I call you, I feel like it's a miracle. The words came out through his body and through his voice. I felt every single word. What should I do with you? I can't even for a second get you out of my head. Tay, what should I do? I was surprised at Tay's obsessive words. It's not obsessive. It's in love. It is love. But at the same time, I felt drowsy. His voice started to fade away, and all my senses slowly became numb, and eventually I couldn't hear his voice at all. My eyelids felt so heavy. No, he's saying something important right now. But before I could feel bad about it, my consciousness slowly grew grim. Bah! What should I do? Would I be able to protect you forever? Slept well? Oh, Tay, good morning, but what time is it? It's 9. What? My eyes suddenly opened at Tay's answer. Oh my god, the academy, huh? This is... It's Saturday today. We're at Banjul. Banjul? You don't remember yesterday? Oh, right, yesterday I remember coming here in the middle of the night trying to catch the harp thief. There was a huge fuss over that. When I was talking with Tay, and I must have been I must have fallen asleep. Ha! There we go. Tay is already in his uniform. I chased away the sleep and got up from the sofa. Yeah. I must have really spent the night at Banjul. You should have woken me up. Sleeping outside, if you woke me up, I would have gone straight home. I feel like I've troubled him for nothing. He was sleeping so well, I couldn't. Don't worry, I was by his side the whole night. Staring at me, obviously. I feel worse now. You have to work and I wore you out. Oh, it's nothing. It's nothing like that, so don't think about it. I dusted my wrinkled clothes. I should get going. If I see Mr. Hopin, I won't have any excuses. Tay looked sorry to see me go. Was at that moment. Hear me out. The quality of the tea leaves I found this time was particular. Huh? What's she doing here at this hour? I was just about to leave. I'm sorry, the recorder stopped suddenly. I can't remember where I was. I was about to leave when I bumped into Mr. Hubben at the front door. He looked surprised to see me, but I was more surprised and stuttered. I asked her to get something for me. She came to give me that. Oh, really? Anyways, this is good. Since you're a first customer today, will you try out a new drink? What? I found some rare tea leaves during this trip. I'll go make the tea, so wait here, alright? Mr. Hubben smiled and stopped me from leaving. I couldn't decide what to do and just peered at tea. Meanwhile, the door opened again. Oh my god, that jacket is so adorable. Oh goshness. Oh goshness. I wanna hug him and cuddle him. I'm weird, I know. He's so cute. Oh, Sion, you're here. Come take a look at this. Look at what I brought. Mr. Hubben! Sion ran towards fast and jumped into Mr. Hubben's arms. Aww. He was startled just stared at Sion's head. Sion couldn't raise his head and just shouted. Oh, that's right, he lost a harp. He sounded like he was already crying. Mr. Hubben, I'm so sorry. I was careless. Whatever happens, I'll pay for the harps. Please don't kick me out. What are you saying? Hey, Sion, let me go. Tay, what's wrong with him? Mr. Hubben, actually. Now, move everyone. The harp's coming in. Thought so. The door opened again. At the intimidating voice commanding us, we all moved back from the Inquisition. The harp we had thought we lost entered the cafe. Huh? Oh, just in time. Thank you very much. Sorry. We had it tough this time. You can't just call and ask for repairs at the middle of the night, and you even asked us to come and get it. We finally got someone who can play it. But it was left untouched for so long, so we needed a lot of tweak. Mr. Hubben said while scratching his head. Next time, give us more time. Our workers had to stay up all night to fix it. Okay, I'll make sure of that from now on. I really want to see it be played this weekend. Anyway, here's the bill. This time I charged the regular fee, but if it's again another all-nighter job next time, we'll charge more. Thank you. Good job, guys. We'll leave now. After talking with Mr. Hubben, the man and his co-workers put down the harp and left the cafe. During the whole time, we were all at total loss for words, especially Sion, who looked like he had just had his soul sucked out. Mr. Hubben, what in... No, that's Tay. Mr. Hubben, what in the world? How is it? Doesn't it look completely new? An instrument is just like a person. It's important to be touched. Okay. Mr. Hubben nodded and looked satisfied, and then he beamed at Sion. Now, come here, Sion. It'll have a much prettier sound now. Why don't you try playing it later to celebrate? Mr. Hubben, what? I know. You've been lost for words for gratitude. I understand. There can't be a nicer manager than me. Mr. Hubben laughed cheerfully. Mr. Hubben, you left the harp for repairs. Yes, why you ask? And you gave them your spare key. Yeah. You told them to take the harp in the middle of the night. Yeah, they disrupt business if they take it in the afternoon, aren't they? Smart? What do you mean smart? They should have told us before. I didn't know. Huh? Didn't I tell you? You didn't! Sion's shrilly voice echoed from the cafe. I barely stopped myself from laughing. Still, thank God. I'm glad Sion wasn't cornered of the harp thief. And I'm glad Tay's workplace is peaceful. I just stared at Tay. Yesterday night I fell asleep early, but I'm so thankful for Tay for worrying about me. Oh, Tay looked at me and smiled. I blushed and avoided his eyes. That's a fun way to end it, isn't it? Yeah, I like that. I'll see you in the next episode. This was great. Great and stuff. By the way, when I'm done with the Nameless playthrough, I will make a voting video, I think, where you can vote for games. And yeah, I'm gonna pick out some games for you to choose from. One game in particular I have decided recently to get in that vote video. It's gonna be very exciting, I think. I don't know how exciting you will think it is, but it's something that I've played before, but kind of want to play again because it's great and awesome and stuff. And I want to share it with you guys, so, but I didn't really want to just go play it, so I'll leave the choice up to you, so it's gonna be awesome, and yeah. As always, suggest games. I'm always open for suggestions. You know that, right? Yeah, you know. Yes, gotta say goodbye.